They met the way good nights often begin, without much ceremony. Just a quiet click of the door behind them, and the city humming softly through an open window. The room was dim, lit by a single lamp that cast a honey-warm glow across the walls. It softened everything: the edges of the furniture, the late hour, the way their shoulders eased the moment they were alone together. Outside, traffic whispered. Inside, there was that familiar electric pause when you're close enough to feel someone's presence, but not yet touching. They stood there for a second too long, smiling like they were both thinking the same thing, and daring the other to move first. "You always do that," one of them said quietly, voice low, amused. "Do what?" "Look like you're about to lean in, and then don't." A step closer. The space between them thinned, charged. You could feel it in the air, like static before a storm. This time, neither of them hesitated. The first kiss was unhurried, soft, testing, lips brushing, as if asking a question. It wasn't meant to overwhelm. It was meant to invite. And the answer came instantly, in the way the kiss deepened, in the gentle sound of breath caught and released. They tasted like warmth and familiarity, like something you'd been craving without realizing it. Hands hovered at first, unsure where to land, before settling naturally, one at a waist, the other at a shoulder, fingers curling slightly as confidence grew. The world narrowed. Kisses came in slow waves, each one lingering just a little longer than the last. Their foreheads touched between them, noses brushing, breaths mingling. Someone laughed softly, the sound melting straight into another kiss, as if joy itself needed somewhere to go. Time began to stretch. They shifted, bodies angling closer, not rushing, but not pulling away either. A hand traced along an arm, slow and deliberate, fingertips leaving goosebumps in their wake. The response was immediate, a subtle inhale, a quiet sigh that said more than words could. "Hey," one murmured, barely audible, lips so close they almost blurred the syllable away. But nothing else followed. It didn't need to. The kisses changed then, not faster, just fuller, more present. Lips parted, breath warm, the rhythm unspoken, but perfectly matched. They leaned into each other like this was where they'd always meant to be standing, like gravity had finally gotten its way. The lamp hummed softly. Somewhere a car door slammed. None of it mattered. One of them backed the other gently, until there was a solid surface behind them, cool wall, familiar couch. It hardly registered. What mattered was the way hands explored with care, learning the map of collarbones and shoulders, the small reactions that came from just the right touch. A thumb brushed along a jawline. Another hand slipped into hair, not pulling, just anchoring. Every movement asked and answered at once. The kisses broke briefly for breath. Their faces stayed close, eyes half-lidded, lips still brushing with every word. "You okay?" one asked, soft but certain. More than. That was all it took. They leaned back in, and the heat returned, richer now, more confident. Kisses pressed along the corner of a mouth, the curve of a cheek, lingering there just long enough to make the return to lips feel inevitable and delicious. Minutes slipped by unnoticed. They swayed together slightly, bodies moving in an unconscious rhythm, like music only they could hear. A hand traced slow circles through fabric at a waist. Another rested at the small of a back, grounding, warm. Each touch said stay. Each pause said I'm here. There was no rush to escalate, no need to chase an ending. This was about the in-between, the way anticipation could be savored, the way closeness itself could feel intoxicating. Every so often, one of them would pull back just enough to look, to really look, to take in the softened expression, the parted lips, the faint flush that hadn't been there before. Your trouble, one whispered with a smile. Only for you. That earned a laugh, quickly stolen away by another kiss. This one playful at first, then melting into something deeper again. They smiled into each other's mouths, sharing the moment, sharing the heat. Hands grew bolder, but never crossed into urgency. Fingers skimmed, traced, lingered. Shoulders relaxed. Backs arched slightly into touch, seeking without demanding. The room felt warmer now, or maybe it was just them. They shifted again, settling more comfortably, knees brushing, legs tangling loosely. The contact sent a spark through both of them, and the reaction was immediate, a soft sound, a tightening of fingers, a kiss that lingered longer, pressed just a bit more firmly. Breathing grew heavier, slower, like they were sinking without meaning to. Every now and then, one would rest their forehead against the other's, eyes closed, just breathing together. Those moments felt as intimate as the kisses themselves, quiet, grounded, deeply connected. Feels like time stopped, someone murmured. Let it. So they did. They stayed there, exploring the space between closeness and restraint, letting sensation build and ebb naturally. Kisses wandered, returned, deepened, softened. Hands found favorite places and revisited them like familiar verses in a song. The city outside moved on. The clock kept ticking. Inside that warm pool of light, none of it mattered. Eventually, the pace slowed, not from lack of desire, but from fullness. The kind that comes from being exactly where you want to be. Kisses grew gentler again, softer, lingering with affection rather than hunger. They rested together, arms loosely wrapped, faces still close enough that noses brushed when they spoke. That was one began, then stopped, smiling. Yeah, the other said softly. It was. They shared one last kiss, slow, unhurried, sealing the moment like a promise, before settling into a comfortable closeness. Warmth shared, the night still wide open ahead of them, and if time had truly stopped, neither of them would have complained.